Do you get a little nervous when you're asked to give a presentation? Wonder whether you can pull it off? Hi, Tom Fazzard here. I know the feeling. I've given a lot of presentations my time, and I still go through the number of steps that I'll be showing you today. Because really, giving a successful presentation is all about being organized. That's what I'm going to share with you today. My 6 steps for a successful presentation. Step 1, be prepared. No matter how many times you've given that talk, that particular presentation, treat each time as a new one. Literally go back to the basics and do your research. Whether it's online or offline materials, maybe interview people. You may find that some of the details have changed. Information's been updated. You don't want to go into a presentation giving old material. Develop a checklist. This will be for the materials you need to bring in, perhaps the audio-visual equipment you need, anything you need for that presentation. Don't try to rely on memory, because as you know, it can fail you at times. You want to be organized for your presentation, and these steps will help you get that way. Second point, anticipate questions. As you develop your material, of course you'll be focusing on the topic at hand and the points you want to deliver. But as you're doing that, at one point sit back and pretend like as if you're an audience member. Think of how you view the material from that perspective. Is there anything that really comes to mind that you'd like to see addressed? Questions you'd like to see answered? Then see if it's in your material already. If not, incorporate that. You'll add value to your presentation, and you'll help nip some of those questions in the bud, thereby tightening up your overall presentation, particularly the Q&A session. So anticipate questions. Next, make sure you develop your notes or script. Don't try to wing it. I know if you've given this presentation a number of times, you think, well, I just talk off the top of my head. No, don't count on that. A lot of people who don't use notes end up going astray. They go off on a tangent somehow, start to babble, go way over time. Those notes keep you on message and on time. As my mentor likes to say, you won't be considered a Superman or Superwoman if you don't use notes. Just the opposite, if you don't use notes and you start to go astray, you'll look awful and your presentation will collapse. So make sure you use notes. Point number 4, rehearse. This sort of gets back to the first point. Even though you may have given this talk a number of times, rehearse this version as often as you can. It'll help you re-internalize the material so it's more comfortable to you. You also have a chance to time yourself. Are you staying within the allotted amount of time? And of course also test any audio-visual equipment you're using. This will help get one big monkey off your back, but make sure you rehearse. Point 5, arrive early. Especially if it's a new venue. You literally need to become acclimated to and familiar with your surroundings. Sort of a psychological issue. But arrive early, walk around the room, especially up front, so you have a chance to get a feel for the lay of the room and how it'll feel to be standing out there in front of this audience. Test any equipment you brought with you for a final time. That'll really help get that monkey off your back. And even if you want, keep a slide up on the screen. That's further assurance that yes, your, in this case, PowerPoint presentation will go. But arrive early and get acclimated, but also greet some of the audience members. Go out there and shake your hand, introduce yourself, talk with them a bit. That'll help lower your stress. And also, as you then get up in front of the room, it's as if you're talking with colleagues or peers, not just strangers. Another nice benefit is that you may learn something about your audience that you can incorporate in your material right there on the fly. That's a very powerful tool, much like we did up here with answering questions. Finally, be confident. Trust yourself. If you've gone through all these steps, you've prepared well, you've rehearsed, you really thought it through, you will do well. Trust me. But I know the feeling. I know what it was like when I first had to give presentations. Go in there, though, charged up. And you are pumped up, too. You like the material, you're enthusiastic about the topic, you want to share it with your audience. That in itself will get you fired up. Sure, you'll be a little nervous going in. But once you get up in front of the room and turn and begin your delivery, it'll all melt away. Trust yourself. This is Tom Fazzard from Wisconsin saying, good luck on your next presentation.